and now practice.
Go.
And start.
Alright, confession. Sir Ian asked me to do a kacha-kacha on Queer Life, and he was like, Jay, you can just talk about your life. I was like, no, I want to do something informative with statistics and other stuff, and then I saw the time limit, and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to talk about my life. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about, next slide please, the stages of a lesbian's life, according to me. Now, these are not 100% accurate, but I do believe that every lesbian would go through this at some point in their life, and the first stage actually is the stage of coming out. It's when you admit to yourself that you're gay or you're a lesbian. And coming out for me was like the 5 stages of grief. I was in denial, I was angry. I mean, so what if all my crushes were girls? And I was bargaining. I came out as bisexual. You know, there's still a chance I could find the guy I'd fall in love with someday. But that just made me really sad. And worst of all, I became a person I really, really, really disliked. And that's the person who is expected to be a straight girl, who falls in love with a class president, who becomes prom queen, and that kind of thing sucks. And it was like, I love girls, that's that. So I decided, you know what, I'm coming out. And on July 29, 2009 at 8 p.m. with a suitcase outside my door in case I get kicked out, I came out to my parents. And they actually took it a lot better than I did. And I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that when you find out something about yourself that's absolutely confusing, you need an outlet to just get out there and figure things out. And that's actually stage 2. The outlet here we're talking about is exploring. It's you get out, you start over, you start from a blank space, baby, now write your name. I'm just kidding. That's what I did. A month after I came out, I packed my bags, got on a plane, and flew to Mitaka, Tokyo, Japan. And where is the next slide? So I spent a year there in Japan as an exchange student, and it honestly was one of the best years of my life because I got a chance to find myself without having to explain anything to anyone. And it's one of the best things ever. It was a year of firsts for me. That was the first time I got in a girls' dormitory. I would never dress like that here. And I got to connect with people on an emotional level. I stopped being the hard-hearted intellectual and actually liked giving hugs to people. So, in a sense, I got a chance to show a side of me that I kept hidden for so very long. And I got to explore, I got all wacky, I got lost, but the beauty of it is I was never afraid to get lost. So it was a year of first, so I grew my hair out that time. I had my first lesbian bar experience, my first alcoholic drink. But most importantly, I think it was the first time I ever felt that nobody judged me or compared me to what I was before or to anybody in my family. So it was pretty cool. But with that kind of happiness also comes the pressure of having to bring that part of you back. And that's stage 3, I guess, in a lesbian's life, which is reconciling. It's reconciling who you were with who you've become, and you're trying to make those two selves mesh together in a way that makes sense, you know, and doesn't freak you out. So at this stage of my life, I was starting to question my gender expression. I think we all went through the image phase of how we want to be perceived by people. I mean, should I dress down this time? Should I look like a lesbian? What does a lesbian even look like? You know? So all these questions pop up, and I think, again, I can speak for a lot of us that on the road on finding our image, our physical expression, we tend to get lost and we fall a few steps back sometimes because we're so worried about it. And I'm sad to admit that that happened to me too. So I fell back a few steps. This was a side of me I actually did not like, but I did it just to please my mom. So, and then it just eats at you. I think everybody knows that. When you don't feel like yourself, you're not happy. And I wasn't happy. So I shed that, I went from that to this, and I'm very, very happy right now. It was also a time, this stage is also a time of unbelievable heartbreak. 3 different girls broke my heart 3 different ways. And that brings it down. And I think all of us know what it's like to feel very insecure. Insecurity is a terrible, terrible thing. Especially for a lesbian, when you are already trying to live up to a certain life criticized as not normal, then you get more pressure from a feeling that, damn it, maybe this was a big mistake, maybe I'm a mistake, maybe I need to just, I don't know, quit. And you start doubting yourself so many times. And that's why this stage is also emotional rebuilding. You just throw all that away, you start from scratch, and that's what I did. You surround yourself with people who love you for who you are, and people who actually make you happy. And that's when all the pieces start to fit. And when all the pieces fit, that's when you move on to the last stage, which is the now. And now is when we take everything we learned about ourselves, our strengths, our weaknesses, our wants, hopes, dreams, even our insecurities, put it in a rucksack, sling it over your shoulder, and just move forward. That's right, you just keep moving forward with everything you've been carrying in your past, even your past self. And you just pursue what you want. And the boat could be tipping, you could drown any second, but that doesn't matter, right? Because you just move forward, because you wouldn't really be living if you don't keep moving, right? And that's why this whole thing, the queer life, the stages of a lesbian life, is a process that is driven by want, but it's also driven by exceptional love. And you come out of this loving yourself a bit more, and then you realize, now I think it's safe to conclude that, you know what, this whole process isn't about queer life, this isn't about lesbian life, it's just about, well, the big word will come next. It's actually just about life. It can be sad, it can be happy, it can be awesome, it can be dull, it can be smooth sailing all the way, you can have all the potholes in the world. But if you know that you tried your hardest, and especially if you loved your best, then you know life is definitely worth it. So, thank you.